Reds players slam MLB over Speedway Classic debacle. Handled differently. The Cincinnati Reds players have expressed their concerns regarding the Speedway Classic, stating, "It could have been managed in a much better way." Bristol, Tennessee. The frustration felt by the Reds following their defeat to the Atlanta Braves wasn't solely about the loss itself. Instead, it stemmed from the circumstances surrounding the game and the potential repercussions that could affect the team moving forward after the rain-affected event. On August 3rd, the Reds faced the Braves at the iconic Bristol Motor Speedway, a venue known for its auto racing, and ultimately lost the game 4-2. This matchup was part of a unique MLB event that was supposed to be a highlight of the season. The game was marred by rain delays, which forced the contest to be suspended and resumed the following day. This situation complicated matters significantly for the Reds. Due to the interruptions, they had to rely on their bullpen, as starting pitcher Chase Burns was unavailable. This not only meant that they lost a day of rest on August 3rd, but also required them to use 5 relievers to cover 8 innings of play. Matt McLain, a player for the Reds, commented on the situation, saying, "Losing a day like that is never ideal, especially when it forces us to use our bullpen, but we'll manage it and push through." Tyler Stephenson, the Reds catcher and a respected leader in the locker room, shared similar thoughts regarding the bullpen's heavy workload. "Last night's situation wasn't ideal at all. I believe it could have been managed much better. Losing a starter is tough for both teams, especially at this point in the season. Our bullpen has already been through a lot this year, and they've really stepped up for us. Asking them to perform under these circumstances is challenging." When asked if the decision to start the game on August 2nd was a pivotal moment in the Speedway Classic, Stephenson raised an important question. How could they not anticipate the rain? "That's all I'll say. The implications of this game were significant for the Reds, who were actively looking to strengthen their roster at the recent trade deadline and were gearing up for a crucial stretch in their quest for a playoff spot, aiming to reach the postseason for the first time since 2013. Gavin Lux, a former player for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and someone familiar with the high stakes of late-season baseball, also voiced his concerns about how the events unfolded at Bristol Motor Speedway on August 2nd. "Honestly, if we had just waited another hour based on the radar, we could have avoided burning out Chase. I think the MLB handled it poorly. I don't want to point fingers, but it was mismanaged all around, which overshadowed what should have been a fantastic event. While we can't control the weather, there were definitely better choices that could have been made." However, opinions within the Reds clubhouse varied regarding the Speedway Classic. Manager Terry Francona, who is known for his intense focus on the game at hand, acknowledged the unfortunate circumstances but refrained from attributing the loss solely to the rain delays. Before the game, Francona remarked that no one was particularly happy about the previous night's events, but he emphasized the need to consider the bigger picture. "This is a major event. Everyone has their own responsibilities and concerns. While we must respect those areas, our primary goal is to win games, and I wanted to ensure that nobody lost sight of that." Scott Barlow, one of the relief pitchers who took the mound when play resumed on August 3rd, expressed a more positive outlook, stating that he would remember the event fondly. He also conveyed the importance of moving forward, saying, "We have to let it go and focus on the next game." While the Speedway Classic was a unique experience, it raised questions about decision-making in high-pressure situations and the impact of weather on sports events. What do you think? Should the MLB have postponed the game? Share your thoughts in the comments. White's 2H's Waldrep's debut win at NASCAR track. Braves vs. Reds highlights. Eli White and Hurston Waldrep, a dynamic duo at the Speedway Classic, Bristol, Tennessee. Imagine this. Eli White not only hit 1 home run, but 2 at a NASCAR track. Meanwhile, Hurston Waldrep secured his maiden MLB victory at the very venue where racing legend Darrell Waltrip once reigned supreme. The 2025 MLB Speedway Classic was a day to remember for the Braves, who leveraged White's and Waldrep's stellar performances to clinch a 4-2 victory over the Reds on a sunny Sunday afternoon at Bristol Motor Speedway. Being part of cool trivia is always special, White reflected. So yeah, this is super special. Don't miss out, sliding mitt giveaway for the first 3K kids this Sunday. https://www.mlb.com/braves.tickets promotions affiliate ID MLB.com article inline link @l. White's presence in the lineup was equally serendipitous, as rain delayed the game on Saturday night, leading to his unexpected call-up. After we took Waldrep out, I thought, considering everything you've been through today, you've done your job, Braves manager Brian Snitker praised. He was outstanding, really impressive. Riley's diving play ends in abdominal pain. https://www.mlb.com/bravesnews/Austin Riley exit Speedway Classic with injury. Instead of heading back to Atlanta as planned, the Braves returned to their hotel around midnight. Meanwhile, Waldrep was abruptly awakened in Atlanta and informed he would be pitching in the Speedway Classic the next day. The details? A car service would pick him up at 5 a.m. for a roughly 5-hour drive to Bristol. I didn't have much time to process it all, but I'm grateful for the opportunity, Waldrep shared. I'm thrilled to be here. It's been an incredible day. Ranked as the Braves' number 4 prospect by MLB Pipeline, https://mlbpipeline/braves/Hurston-Waldrep 694462. Waldrep adeptly navigated a challenging first inning. Speedway Classic breaks attendance record despite logistical nightmares. The Speedway Classic made history by shattering a decades-old attendance record, but it wasn't without its share of headaches and controversy. On a weekend marked by rain delays and logistical hurdles, the Major League Baseball regular season game between the Atlanta Braves and Cincinnati Reds drew an eye-popping crowd that surpassed expectations and the previous attendance benchmark that stood firm since 1954. But here's where it gets controversial. The event's massive turnout exposed significant organizational flaws that left fans frustrated and hungry. According to official figures, the Speedway Classic, held at Bristol Motor Speedway in Tennessee, sold an astounding 91,032 tickets for the game played over Saturday and Sunday due to a rain postponement. This surpassed the long-standing record of 84,587 tickets sold for a regular season game, a milestone set way back on September 12, 1954, when the Cleveland Indians faced off against the New York Yankees. To put things in perspective, the all-time MLB single-game attendance record actually belongs to a 2008 preseason matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and Boston Red Sox at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where a staggering 115,300 fans were in attendance. Despite the historic crowd, many at Bristol Motor Speedway encountered serious logistical problems, especially during the long rain delay, which lasted 2 hours and 17 minutes early into the game. Several concession stands ran dry, leaving fans without food and drink options. One Reds supporter who spoke with The Athletic described the experience as the worst logistical headache, pointing out shortages of not only food and beer, but also expressing disappointment at the lackluster fan zone. This wasn't just a minor gripe. Complaints flooded social media, including from notable figures like Lester Tate, a seasoned trial lawyer and former president of the State Bar of Georgia, who drew a sharp comparison by calling the event the MLB version of Fyre Fest, a festival infamous for its catastrophic organization and unmet promises. Adding to the on-air frustration, Fox Sports commentator Kevin Burkhardt remarked, "We're out of food, so it's really panic time," highlighting how prominent voices also took notice of the chaos. In response, Bristol Motor Speedway's communications team issued an early Sunday update allowing fans to bring in outside food and non-alcoholic beverages, something that was prohibited the day before. An image captured near the Speedway showed long lines at a nearby gas station, with Braves and Reds fans stocking up on supplies to bring into the venue. On the field, the Braves clinched a 4-2 victory over the Reds, capping off a historic but tumultuous event. Maria Torres, a senior editor at The Athletic with extensive experience covering Major League Baseball, including stints at the Los Angeles Times and the Kansas City Star, has her finger on the pulse of baseball's evolving stories. A University of Georgia alum from Puerto Rico, Maria continues to provide in-depth coverage and insightful commentary for baseball fans nationwide. So here's the question that leaves many divided. Is breaking attendance records enough to overlook the logistical missteps at such a monumental event? Or should MLB and venues prioritize ensuring a smooth fan experience alongside these historic milestones? What's your take? Were these issues an unavoidable consequence of breaking records, or a sign of poor planning? Feel free to share your thoughts and start a conversation.